You know, for almost 500 years, the prophecies of Nostradamus have been this source of just endless fascination and debate. His cryptic little poems, his quatrains, they've been interpreted as predicting pretty much everything. So today we're going to dive into one of his most compelling riddles, a really gripping story of conspiracy, secrecy, and betrayal.
I mean, that's the big question, right? Can it? Well, that's exactly what we're going to explore. We're going to put on our detective hats, break down a single 4-line verse, and see what it can really tell us about a plot against a powerful ruler. So, first things first, a little bit of context. Who was this guy anyway? Well, Michel de Nostradam, who we all know as Nostradamus, was a 16th century French astrologer and physician. And his famous book, Les Prophéties, is this collection of 942 quatrains that supposedly predict the future. Now, they're famously vague, which is exactly why they've captured our imaginations for centuries. And today, we're zooming in on just one of them.
We're looking at Quatrain 13. This is our primary piece of evidence. Let's treat it like a case file, you know? A message from the past that lays out the anatomy of a very, very specific kind of rebellion.
Okay, so here it is, side by side. The original 16th century French and a modern English translation. I mean, just reading it straight through, you can already feel the tension, can't you? It talks about exiles, a secret plot, hidden enemies, and rebellion. The real mystery, though, is how all these pieces are supposed to fit together.
All right, let's start our investigation. We're going to break this prophecy down line by line. And by doing that, we can really uncover the key parts of the plot that Nostradamus is describing. You know, who's involved and what exactly are they planning. Right off the bat, the very first line tells us who's behind this whole plot, and, this is crucial, why. It doesn't just say a group of people, it's very specific, exiles. And their motivation? It's not ambition or greed, it's something way more primal, anger and a deep internal hatred. This suggests an enemy you just can't reason with. Their goal is pure vengeance.
And that's the thing, right? The engine driving this conspiracy is pure emotion. It's a powerful grudge held by a group that's been cast out. So this isn't some simple power grab. This is personal. And that personal vendetta suggests a patient, determined, and probably a much more ruthless kind of enemy.
Now, the second line gives us two more really critical pieces of the puzzle: the scale of the whole operation and its target. This isn't some small-time rebellion. The text uses the term Great Conspiracy, which suggests a really large, well-organized effort, and the target is singular and specific: the king.
So let's be clear. We're not talking about general unrest or some kind of popular uprising. No, this is a targeted overthrow. A deliberate and grand plot aimed squarely at the head of state. It's focused, it's ambitious, and it's basically designed to decapitate the entire power structure. Okay, this is where the tactics of the plot really come into focus. How are these exiles planning to strike? Well, according to this line, it is not through open warfare. The key word here is secretly. They are infiltrating, not invading. I mean, this just paints a perfect picture of the threat, doesn't it? The reference to tunnels or hidden means basically suggests a Trojan horse strategy. Enemies are slipped right inside the kingdom's defenses, operating from the shadows. This is psychological warfare too. It's designed to make the king paranoid, to make him question everyone, and just crumble his regime from the inside out. And here it is, the final, absolutely devastating twist. Just when you think you understand the threat, you know, exiled enemies sneaking in, the Quatrain adds this other layer. The rebellion isn't just external, it's internal. And not from just anyone, but from the king's own family.
Wow. I mean, that is the element that makes this conspiracy so powerful. It's like a pincer movement of betrayal. You have this threat from the outside, fueled by pure hatred, combined with the ultimate act of treason from the inside. Betrayal by family doesn't just threaten the king's life, it threatens the entire bloodline and the stability of the kingdom for generations to come.
Okay, so we've looked at all the clues, the who, the why, the what, and the how. Now let's put it all together and see the complete picture of the plot described in Quatrain 13.
And when you lay it all out like this, step by step, the logic of the plot is just chilling. It starts with this uncompromising motive from an outside group. Then they use stealth to position their forces, basically turning the kingdom's defenses against itself. And that final blow, it comes from an internal betrayal, making sure the king is completely and utterly surrounded.
So, There you have it. That's the full picture painted by Quatrain 13. It's not just one threat, but a coordinated, multi-layered attack that combines external infiltration with the deepest possible internal treason. It's a truly formidable and, frankly, terrifying scenario for any ruler.
So, we've decoded the text, but the bigger question is still out there. Why does a 500-year-old verse about a plot against a king still grab our attention? Well, it's because the themes it touches on are absolutely 100% timeless. Think about it. Whether you believe it's a real prophecy or just a masterfully written piece of drama, Quatrain 13 taps into some of our deepest fears. The idea that the greatest danger might not be the enemy at the gates, but the one you trust standing right beside you. Now that's a story that will never, ever get old.